Alright, this next video will be coming to you from the office of the superintendent of Metamora High School. He stepped out of his office for a moment, so I stepped in. Why not? You know what they say, when the cat's away. And this topic is pronouns. Personal pronouns, singular and plural, for first, second, and third person. And that's in English, I and me, you and you, he and him, she and her, it and it, we and us, you and you plural, and they and them. In German it's similar, except they have an additional case. Our objective case is direct object, indirect object, and objects of prepositions. Well, in German, that's broken up into two separate cases. The direct objects are in the accusative case, the indirect objects are in the dative case. Some prepositions are followed by the accusative, some are followed by the dative. And so they have different words for me. Two different words for me. Or two different words for you, because they each appear in a different case. They translate the same because we only have one word for it in English. Alright, so let's get started. First person personal pronouns. Ich. Ich is I, it's the subject pronoun. Mich and mir both mean me. Mich is accusative, mir is dative. That's the sequence in all of these. It's going to be nominative, accusative, dative, nominative, the subject. Accusative tends to be direct object and certain prepositions, object of certain prepositions, and mir is the indirect object and objects of different prepositions. Okay? Ich, mich and mir. I, me and me. You and you in German would be du, dich and dir, nominative, accusative, and dative. And third person singular, he and him in German would be ihn, and ihm. Right? Kauft das Gemüse, he's buying the vegetables. Siehst du ihn in der Ecke? Do you see him, the direct object, in the corner? Und ich kaufe ihm das Gemüse. I am buying him the vegetables, the indirect object, right? And then we have she, her, and her, nominative, accusative, and dative. Sie, and ihr. And these both mean her. But this one's accusative, this one is dative, this one direct object, this one indirect object. And once again, that preposition story. And then S, and ihm, they all mean it. Nominative, accusative, dative. Now, there's another thing I do have to say about sie and and ihn and ihm and ihr. They can also mean it. Remember, they are pronoun substitutes for, in this case, der words. So if I'm talking about this desk here, der Schreibtisch, and I wanted to say, it's big, it's certainly the biggest desk I've ever sat at. Ist groß, and that would translate as it. Okay? Alright. And, yeah. Plural forms now are wir, uns, and uns. Both those unses, if you will, translate as us. So nominative is wir, both accusative and dative case forms of the first person plural personal pronoun uns. Sie hilft uns. Well, that's dative. Sie schenkt uns immer Bonbons zum Weihnachten. Gives us candy for Christmas. That's the indirect object. Und die bringen uns mit, or nehmen uns mit, they're taking us along. And that's the direct object. Second person plural, you, they all translate as you, are ihr, euch, and euch. Nominative, accusative, and dative. And then sie, they, sie, them, and ihnen, them. Ihnen is dative, sie is accusative. Okay? Ich schenke Ihnen, was schenkst du Ihnen zum Hochzeitstag? What are you giving them for their anniversary? Them. That's dative, indirect object. Otherwise, sie means them. And then finally, I remember you learned to say, wie geht es Ihnen? Well, that's a dative case form of sie, meaning you, formal form of address. Sie is capitalized. Sie, all three of them mean you. All three of these here mean you. This is the subject. The second sie would be the direct object, and the Ihnen would be the indirect object or the object of verbs that require the dative case. So that should do it for us. Better get out of here before I get caught. So